But speaking of week-long events, WWE actually sent out word today on a couple events taking place WrestleMania week, as WrestleMania will be in Dallas, Texas on both April 2nd and April 3rd. But the week leading up to WrestleMania, looks like we're going to get a traditional WrestleMania week from WWE, as they stated the following. The most stupendous two-night WrestleMania in history is now the most stupendous week in WrestleMania history. As first reported by the Dallas Morning News, Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, and unprecedented Superstore access, WWE Hall of Fame induction, and NXT Stand and Deliver will all, emphasis on all, take place in the Dallas area in the lead up to the grandest stage of them all. The Showcase of the Immortals is set for April 2nd and 3rd at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, with details for other week's events to be released at a later date. Be sure to keep an eye on WWE social media and tune into Raw and SmackDown to learn more about future dates, locations, and tickets in the coming weeks. And don't forget to get your tickets for WrestleMania 38. So we have learned that we're going to get the first ever NXT 2.0 event on the road. The first NXT event on the road outside of Orlando since the pandemic. Hold on, I want to look something up really fast. I want to say this would be the first. No. Let's see. This would be trying to figure out. Okay, I see. I'm looking wrong here. All right, I'm trying to figure out when the last NXT event at all outside of Orlando was. Here we go. NXT TakeOver Portland in February 2020 was the last NXT event not to take place in Orlando, not to take place in either Full Sail University or the Performance Center or the Capitol Wrestling Center, whatever you want to call it, whatever they want to call it. But yeah, February 2020 was the last time NXT ran anything not in Orlando. That'll be interesting. And they're going to take NXT 2.0 on the road. And this is going to be a very, very big test for NXT 2.0 because they got to sell tickets to a show. They got to get people interested in these new names, in the Braun Breakers, the Grayson Wallers, the Cora Jades, the Mandy Roses. You know, they got to get people interested in them enough to sell out a building. And we don't know where they're going to run. I would assume Raw and SmackDown or the American Airlines Arena or Center. I always mix that up because there's the American Airlines Arena and the American Airlines Center. One's in Dallas, one's in Orlando. Hold on. Arena. It's the American Airlines Center. Back in the day, when we would get NXT events in correlation with main roster pay-per-views and like a WrestleMania weekend or a SummerSlam weekend, they're in the same building as NXT and Raw and SmackDown. I don't know if NXT 2.0 could sell enough tickets to say they go American Airlines Center for SmackDown. They go to the AT&T Stadium for Friday or Saturday, Sunday for Mania, and then they're back, Monday in the American Airlines Center. Well, maybe that Thursday we get Stand and Deliver in the American Airlines Centers. Well, I don't think that's possible. I don't think, because back in the day, NXT, you put them in the same building as Raw and SmackDown, they're going to do 14,000. They're going to do 10 to 14,000 tickets. I just don't see NXT 2.0 selling 10 to 14,000 tickets. I mean, now this doesn't say it here what I'm looking at as far as capacity does go for some of these older NXT shows, because I'm just looking on the Wikipedia. But I don't know. I don't know if they can actually sell enough tickets to just run it in the same building as SmackDown. Say they run it the night before in the same building for SmackDown. I don't see that happening. I think they'd have to go to a smaller building. I really do for NXT. And maybe that's a good thing because you can have like a more intimate vibe, make it feel like what you do inside the Performance Center, but just on a little bigger scale. Maybe try to do 5,000 to 6,000. But again, I don't think they can do over 10,000 for NXT 2.0, and I could be wrong on that one. But with the way that the interest for NXT 2.0 has dipped, I don't see it at all. I really don't see it at all.